And today we're partnering with the Harvard Club of Nigeria to co-host a series that will be moving across the region, working with all of the Harvard alumni clubs across Africa to bring cutting-edge, emerging, never-before-published research and expertise into conversation with some of the leading practitioners and change makers who are using this work and knowledge and idea formation on the ground to sort of chart the future for African people and countries and economies.
As like a concrete takeaway, what are some of the really best practices for the most successful use cases for integrating AI within organizations in the finance sector?
There are three critical things I think those organizations are doing better. Yeah, experimentation, there's investment, there's budget for it, and there's a board level top-down approval or awareness for AI adoption.
That's an interesting perspective you have, that actually this top-down is essential for integration. Because I mean, sometimes, you know, here in the US we argue a lot that bottom-up experimentation is how you're able to move faster as organizations. And so is that because of the regulated nature of the sector, or is that because of the nature of the technology itself?
So if the tone comes from the top, it is much easier to push than when the tone is coming bottom up. Okay, because the tone coming from bottom up needs to get approval at the top. So it's just validation and getting it right that the executive and senior management will ensure. That is, as is usually the case with this kind of transformation, because it's an organizational transformation. It is not a small transformation. It is not a sector. It is a wholesome transformation of the organization. So it has to come from the top.
And Hakeem, I saw you nodding, so you agree?
So the company has to be ready at the very top to take that bet, to say, okay, we need to deploy, we need to make these investments in this technology. So therefore, you know, having the buy-in from the very top helps with the implementation. While sometimes I agree also that some of these initiatives come from the bottom. These are the guys that use this on a day-to-day basis. But it's actually very important to get the buy-in of the folks at the top, at the board level, for a successful implementation.